Hi, my name is Mia. Welcome to Scrubs and Savings. I'm a 21-year-old, almost new grad nurse documenting my personal and financial journey here on YouTube. And today I am going to be budgeting my last paycheck of April and a surprise little bonus that I got from one of my jobs. So I have $690.41 ready to assign, and $100 of that was from my doctor's office job, and they gave me a little bonus for Administrative Professionals Day, which I completely forgot about. So I was super glad when I saw that $100 check come into my bank account, and then I received $590.41 from my hospital job for working a total of 36 hours. I use the budgeting software You Need a Budget for all of my budgeting needs, and I would highly recommend them. And I do have a referral link down below for you to try them out. And if you sign up using my link for the subscription, at least it'll give you 1 month of the subscription for free. So if we skip over to May, I have all of the expenses that I'm planning for fully funded for the month of May, and I have saved $50 for Christmas into the month of May already, but I am not going to pre-fund any of my savings right now and just add them all to my April savings. So if we go into April, for the past few months, I have been budgeting all of the extra money that I receive other than the money from my paychecks, as well as the weekly allowance my parents give me to my income replacement fund. So with that $100 bonus, I am just going to quickly add it there. And then I still have $590.41. So I recently decided to stop putting money towards my Roth IRA because my parents have put me in the fortunate position where they can roll over money from my 529 plan into my Roth IRA account. And I decided to do this to help me save more cash in 2025, and it'll also allow me to invest way more into my 403b once I start my full-time RN position. So I still want to contribute a tad bit to my Roth IRA because I wanted to have $1,000 already in there, and then my parents are going to roll over $6,000 from my 529 plan to help me max out my Roth IRA for this year. I am going to add $161.70 to stay on track of my goal to have a balance of $12,000 in my emergency fund by April of 2026, since I am planning on moving out then, and I would like to have a fully funded emergency fund before I move out. And then I want to keep my numbers round, so I am going to add $18.30 to here so we can make my emergency fund balance a nice $2,000 and $2,050. And then with most of my remaining money, I am actually going to add it to my apartment fund. The weather is getting so nice. The high today is actually 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which is absolutely incredible. And so with warmer weather and summer coming up, that means it's garage, rummage, and estate sale season, and I am so excited, and I would like to purchase most of my furniture and home goods for my future apartment secondhand, and I would like to have money saved up specifically for the purchases that I want to make for my apartment, so I don't feel guilty whenever I find a good deal and I can just purchase it on the spot. So I'm very happy to have $300 in that fund so I can start going to estate sales guilt-free in the month of May to decompress while I'm studying, and with the leftover $2.91, I am actually going to go to the all view and then add it to my wish to get the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 Creator Combo. And then I also want to go through some expenses from the past week. So my most recent spending has been in my Joyful Life category, and I did end up going to P.F. Chang's with my friends, and it was a lovely time. And that day and that Friday was Good Friday, so I had to fast. So when you're fasting, you can only have one entire meal, and then you can have two smaller meals that, when added up, are less than an entire meal. So my big meal for the day was going to be dinner, and I was getting the food around like 3 o'clock or so, so I decided to make it one of my smaller meals. And tell me why. It cost me $18.80 just to get a little dynamite shrimp appetizer from P.F. Chang's. And it wasn't even that good. So learn my lesson there. Definitely do not get an appetizer from P.F. Chang's if that's going to be your only meal, because it was totally not worth the money for the food. But of course, I am very happy that I got to spend quality time with my friends. And then my Final Cut Pro subscription came out on the 19th, and then I bought a couple of birthday gifts. It was my mom's birthday recently, and I just got her a lovely plant, and we just went out on a nice little girls' date for her birthday because we both took that day off. And then Nick and I went out to a running shoe store to get him some new running shoes for his birthday, and I just decided to purchase those shoes for him right on the spot because he has been using the Nike Metcon free shoes for weightlifting and for running, and when he runs in them, it gives him blisters. And even though it's a little bit before his birthday, I want him to start using these running shoes for running sooner rather than later. And it'll also prevent him from getting like shin splints or something because he's been running in the wrong shoes. And then I have already paid for my federal taxes as well as my iCloud subscription. And I don't think there's that many expenses coming up except for going out to breakfast on Saturday morning because, oh my goodness, I'm so excited, you guys. Nick and I are going out to a little event where people in a certain neighborhood are just leaving free things out in their yards. This sounds kind of crazy when I'm saying it out loud, but they're leaving free things that they don't want out in their yards, and you can just pick them up. So hopefully we can find some pretty good items for, ourselves, or hopefully our future apartment, where we can save even $10 would make me so happy. And we will be getting breakfast in that area that morning as a little date for ourselves, which, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. But I think that is it for today's budget video. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in the next one, which will definitely be my 1-year anniversary Q&A. So I'm very much looking forward to answering you guys' questions. Bye guys.